Alright, so before anybody goes out there and says, "Oh no, Lego, this is the kind of video that you're gonna go out there and regret making because when the Canadiens end up blowing the lead, they lose in whichever game and they get eliminated, you're gonna come back to this video and you're gonna be super ashamed that you made it." Nope, that is not this video here, my friend. We're not talking about the Canadiens winning the cup and I'm guaranteeing it or whatever. That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is just kind of making a love letter to what we have seen so far. Because honestly, I was kind of sitting back thinking to myself, what do I talk about for today's 10 a.m. PST video? What topics are there to go over? And I was kind of thinking about the different rumors and the prospects and the league and all the stuff that we've been hearing. And I was like, let's just go with the easy topic here. Let's follow the wave and talk about what exactly is laying in the back of everybody's minds right now in hockey land. Let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens. Because my goodness, no matter what happens from here on out, it will be very difficult to distance myself from the emotions, the moments, and everything that we are experiencing here in 2021. Now, thank you to those in the previous Canadiens video who commented Chris Thornbird. If you want a chance to be featured in the next Canadiens video, then hey, stick around to the end of this one. But I want to say a few thanks before we get this thing underway here. I've been streaming the Canadiens games in the Vegas series so far, and the reception, everything that we have done so far, it's been so great. Anybody who has tuned into the streams, chatted it up with me, super chatted, liked, subscribed as well. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel and believing in what it is that we're doing over here. It means a ton to see not just the view numbers go up and all that, but to actually see the engagement and see the conversations that come along with it. We have a whole bunch of people over here, some of them not even Habs fans, coming out here and chatting it up and having a good time. We go live before the games go on because we have pre-game conversations and we have people who come in just to give their thoughts. People leave the stream when the game starts because they want to watch the game, which is totally fine. But that's why we have that pre-game warm-up, that pre-game conversation, because people, before they watch the game, they want to see, all right, what are other people saying? Here's the conversation, let's follow it. That's kind of my own personal philosophy here with the streams and everything that we have done during the streams as well. It means so much to me to see the channel blossoming in this space over here. It's kind of crazy because just a few weeks ago, I was talking about how I was kind of screwing myself with content on this channel, so to see the big boom that has happened so far means so much to me, and I'm not going to lie, it does play a little bit of a part to the emotional connection that I feel to the Habs and this playoff run so far. But I will say, man, this run in itself is just plain weird. We all kind of know the context. We've seen the Canadiens throughout 2021 just be this completely bipolar team. Forgive me for using that word, but man, some nights where they're going out there destroying Vancouver, Tyler Toffoli getting 8 goals in however many games, but the problem with the Canadiens early on in the season was overtime. Overtime was a problem. We also had a problem on the penalty kill. There were many holes on this Canadiens lineup that needed to be fixed, and once Claude Julien got fired, hey, we thought we had ourselves a short-term solution in Dominique Ducharme. Eventually, the team ended up sucking again as well under him, and there was a stretch where Nick Suzuki was like the only player who was actually producing points aside from like Tyler Toffoli once in a while. We made the videos early on in the series, I believe it was against Winnipeg, talking about how, yeah, this Habs team, no matter what happens against Winnipeg, I'm good because we beat Toronto already, and this Habs team, with the way that they played in the regular season, I'm surprised they even made it this far. And you know what? If you've been listening to the streams and hearing my own opinion about this stuff, I'm the guy who is probably the most surprised in seeing the Canadiens where they are right now, which is in a position where they're leading over the Golden Knights in the Western Conference Finals. I'm saying Western because the winner of this matchup here will get the Clarence S. Campbell Trophy, which is usually awarded to the Western Conference champion. Fun fact, it's one of the only trophies in hockey history that the Montreal Canadiens have never won because they've never been in that conference. But when it comes to the Maple Leafs, man, I said it at the beginning. I thought the Maple Leafs were going to beat the Habs in 5. The Habs just had such a bad stretch of runs towards the end of the season that I was so unconfident that they were going to go out there and actually do what needed to be done against Toronto. And when it was 3-1, I was like, yeah, okay, well, I predicted Leafs in 5, so my prediction's gonna come true, right? And it almost did. It almost did. We were about like 3 inches or something away from seeing my prediction come true with 10 seconds left in Game 5 in regulation, because the Maple Leafs almost scored. They did. Carey Price was down and out. The puck was loose in front. I believe it was Ilya Mikheyev who had a chance to almost seal the deal, but it didn't go through. Eventually, the Habs win in overtime because Suzuki and Caulfield, boom, boom. And then you know what happens after that. The Leafs just kind of choke it away, but that's definitely not to discredit the Habs coming out here and formulating a strategy that was just so effective against Toronto. Which is why, heading into Winnipeg, I was saying, the Winnipeg Jets are on top of the world. They just shut down the best player in the world. Sure, the Jets had some really bad stretches of their own towards the end of the season, but this Jets team is new and reformed, right? That's why I made this video that got a whole bunch of dislikes, but that had that little disclaimer at the beginning saying, you know what, I know you might want to dislike this video at face value just because of the title, but hey, hear me out. That video was saying, no matter what happens against Winnipeg, I don't care. The Habs had themselves a moment. The Habs had themselves an emotional response out of me when they defeated Toronto, and the hockey story world is better for it, because we had ourselves so much excitement to cheer for. So, even though I kind of subconsciously believed that Montreal was going to lose to Winnipeg as well, you can imagine my shock when everything happened in that series. Mark Scheifele comes out here, Jake Evans gets taken out, we have the sweep, and all of a sudden the Habs are in the Western Conference Finals. They're the Kings of the North. I was kind of saying in my head, it's going to be cool if it's Vegas, and now we're here in Vegas, and you know what? Because it's Vegas, I don't think the Montreal Canadiens are going to have a chance here, because Vegas is just so good. No matter if it was Toronto, or Montreal, or Edmonton, or Winnipeg, I would have thought they would have gotten destroyed by Vegas, or Colorado, or whoever made it out here. That's what I was subconsciously believing, just because I was buying into the rhetoric that the Canadian division was significantly inferior. But man, I don't care if that's true anymore. They're up 2-1. Even if the Habs go out there and they lose every single game from here, they lose to Vegas 4-2 in Game 6 on home ice in Montreal in the Bell Center, and they get eliminated. Even if that happens, just what we have had so far. This is crazy good, man. This is crazy good. That game yesterday with Josh Anderson getting himself on the board twice, the Marc-Andre Fleury gift wrap with a bow and a little kiss on the card right there. Beautiful play by Josh Anderson, and then an even more beautiful play with Paul Byron in overtime to give the Habs the lead in a Final Four series against the Vegas Golden Knights. That is absolutely incredible, and if you told me that would have happened before the playoffs began, I would have laughed in your face and told you you're nuts. We wouldn't get by Toronto. Toronto would beat us in 5. And then, okay, we get by Toronto, and then we sweep Winnipeg? Are you kidding me? This team has just gotten hot at the right time. Carey Price is doing his thing, and all the players as well, Even the ones that you would expect a lot more out of. The ones that haven't been showing up, literally speaking, they're still winning without. Drouin and Tatar haven't seen the ice in a very long time. And the Canadiens are still finding ways to win here without Tatar, without Drouin, without Dominique Ducharme, and without the support of the referees. This is so emotionally vindicating, and, even though I'm saying all this stuff, even if the Canadiens lose in 6 and they get eliminated, I would still be okay. The way things have been shaping up, it really doesn't feel like that, man. It really doesn't feel like the Canadiens are going to lose in 6. If they do, then hey, I'll bite my tongue. But if they don't, I wouldn't be surprised. I really, really wouldn't be surprised. The Golden Knights, they played a different game in overtime yesterday, man. They were playing scared. They were gripping their sticks a little bit tighter. They were a lot more hesitant. That team was not the same team that was controlling the entire rest of the game before Fleury gave up that garbage. So, I don't know, man. It's kind of why I said, just make a video talking about the Habs. It's going to go. People are going to talk about it. The wave is riding high here. Caulfield, Suzuki, and all that. Can you believe that Cole Caulfield is going to be a rookie next year? That guy still has a chance to contend for the Calder because he's technically a rookie. Seriously, it's the Cale Makar thing all over again. Come in for a playoff run at the age of 19 or 20 years old or whatever it is, and you're still a rookie by the time you play full-time minutes in an 82-game season a few months later. Isn't that crazy? Talk to me in the comments what you thought about this video over here. Are the Habs making you excited? Because, man, I'm excited, and I'm not even, like, in Montreal or anything. I'm here in Vancouver. There are so many people here in Vancouver that are also saying, yeah, I'm kind of pulling for the Habs, you know, because their underdog story is just so great. If you made it to the end of this video, comment in the comment section below, Marty McSorley, and you know exactly why I'm telling you to comment that. If you want to be featured in the next video, then hey, that's your keyword, Marty McSorley. Hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.